Welcome to Owning Your Up.
It's supposed to be. Wait, I am live. Okay. Alright, everybody. We are officially live in every location now. Sorry about that. So, maybe Mercury retrograde. Alright, so I'm here today to talk about the truth about HPV and cervical dysplasia. My name is Wendy. I'm an orgasm and a neural pleasure coach, and I am bringing this out here because over the last few years, I have noticed a trend with a lot of my clients that they did not notice themselves, and that is the connection, in particular with the LEEP and some of their sexual dysfunction. And so I started um, learning up more about it, but more importantly, I actually have my own journey with HPV and my decision whether or not to get a leak and trying to heal my cervical dysplasia on my own. So a little bit of backstory on that. Or just me, I love to research. I'm a research junkie and always have been and always will be, and I love it. And so when I got my own diagnosis of CIN2 slash CIN3, I immediately went into, actually before that, when I went to go get the biopsy, I started really diving into know what they were going to suggest for me, like the doctors once the results came back. So I wanted to know what was going to happen, regardless of what there could be. So I wanted to know what all the different results were and what was the different procedures were. And when I came across the LEEP, I was like, oh, okay, this all makes sense. I was actually all set to get a LEEP if my results came back with any kind of cervical dysplasia. And then literally the day before I got my results back, I had a woman contact me saying that she has not been able to orgasm since she got her LEEP. And I was like, wait, what? Hold on. Like the day before I got my results, this woman contacted me. And so I do not believe there are truly any coincidences. And so that night I went like a crazy mad woman trying to see if there was any connection between sexual dysfunction and LEEP. And turns out there is. And so this took me on a whole rabbit trail of trying to understand like what happens with the LEEP and all of that. Now, I'm an orgasm coach and neural pleasure coach. Basically, I just teach people how to use pleasure to work with and change their biology. And so, through my years now of working with people, I knew quite a bit about pleasure and the cervix, but I gotta admit, I actually was not really into the cervix and everything. I kind of knew what it was and biologically, but at that point, I had not experienced the cervical orgasm yet, and I actually became like a mission at that point to really, well, actually, I had a cervical orgasm. I did not realize that I had a cervical orgasm. But so I kind of made it my mission to really understand the cervix and what was happening and why this part of the body is actually super important. And then obviously I had the diagnosis then of the HPV and the cervical dysplasia, so I wanted to know how to really heal it because I was not willing to get a leave because I was not willing to risk my sexual pleasurable experiences on a procedure when when I looked at the research on everything, which I'm kind of, let me get into the presentation. So, all right, it kind of gives you a backstory of why I am here doing what I'm doing, and also the other thing that, as I said, my clients have LEEP, and I don't normally ask my clients about any of their medical history or past history. I'm not a therapist, I'm not a doctor. It is not important to me. All I care about is where you are and how you work on doing things to achieve your goals, right? However, once I started noticing the situation with a couple of my clients and then my own personal, journey through this, I started asking my clients if they ever had a leak, and it turns out a lot of my clients have. And they never put the connections together, and it was only once we started talking about it, like, oh my god, this did all start happening after my leak. So I think it's really important that people understand what HPV is, how you clear it, what a LEEP is, what are some of the side effects of a LEEP, and all of it, because I think it's really important that you're aware of it, because it's not fair if you are going in and being told something and it is not correct. I just realized I was not recording on my computer, so I'm still recording. Alright, so, alright, there we go. Two other things I needed to do. Alright, so we are here, we're talking about HPV and cervical dysplasia. So what is HPV? Human papillomavirus. So if you're wondering what that means, it means it's a virus found in humans, and papilloma means papilla, which is the papillo, the Latin word for nipple. It does not mean that the virus is on your nipple. It has a nipple-like protrusion. So oma actually means tumor. So papilloma is like a nipple-like tumor, and it's actually on your skin. So, and it occurs in humans. So that's what HPV is. It is a virus. Now, I'm sure most of us at this point probably have a better understanding of what a virus is. But there are different kinds of viruses, and in particular when it comes to HPV, HPV is an RNA virus, meaning that the DNA is like the overall architectural instructions of the cell on how to replicate, and like it holds all of the information in the DNA in the nucleus within the cell, and it actually has the instructions to become any kind of cell. Now, the environment of that cell gives the instructions, and the long story short, obviously there's a whole scientific thing that's happening. But basically, mitochondria uses ATP in the water, and it takes the DNA instructions, and instead of giving the entire playbook of how to become any kind of cell within your body, it takes just the instructions for how to replicate that particular cell with all of the instructions as well. But it only just wants to give a shortened version, because if you're doing a construction job, you have all the instructions on how to create this big massive building, but when you're working with a plumber, it's not necessary to give them the electrical information and the foundation information and what the design of the interior is going to be. The plumber needs the plumbing information, and so that's kind of what RNA is. It's just the specific information that cell needs in order to replicate correctly. So an RNA virus does not affect the DNA. It doesn't do anything to it. The DNA remains the same. But what it does is it affects the instructions on replication. And so it does it. There's different ways that viruses do it. In particular, with the way that HPV virus does it, is it does it in a way where the HPV virus can then hide from the immune system. And so that is the general way that viruses, the RNA viruses, how they work. They specifically create certain kinds of instructions to make it difficult for your immune system to find that cell with the virus to then be able to get rid of the virus. So to protect the mechanism from the virus. So that's how the HPV cell virus works. So it goes in, it's transmitted through skin. People think of HPV as being an STI, a sexually transmitted infection, but even though it is the easiest way to transmit it, it is not the only way to transmit HPV. HPV can be transmitted through skin, and unlike some other STIs where they're only transmitted through, say, mucous membranes, HPV actually can live and be on other types of skin that do not have any mucous membrane. So there is a possibility of transmitting HPV without it. Now, when it comes to the instructions of the replication, the instructions replicate the virus in a more mucous membrane cell. So that's why HPV is discovered usually in the throat. Lots of mucus going on there, and the vagina and the anus, and so all those different areas, right? So now the cervix is one of the most common places where people discover it, and that is because when females go in for their pap smears, a cotton swab is placed inside and the cells are scraped up, and those are the cells of the cervix. So it's really hard to get a thorough sample of the interior of the vagina because there's so much surface area, whereas the cervix is a pretty small area, and the cervix is this like really cool organ where it has different kinds of cells that actually mutate. So the cervix, if you're not familiar with it, is the place where the uterus, which is all the internal parts, meet the vagina, which is the external. So it is one of the only places that your mouth, your throat, and your cervix are kind of like are the same. And interestingly, they are connected from the time when we are cells and we're replicating, right? Like when cells are replicating, the first is the first few and then becomes the fibroblast, and then there's this big, huge change in replication because now the numbers are increasing. What actually happens is there is a part that develops that then splits into the throat and what will then later become the genitals. And then everything fills out in between, and then when it comes time to become the genitals, that particular part will either become the cervix or part of the prostate. And so, and that's one of the reasons why HPV is also present in men as well, and that's because HPV doesn't care if you're male, female, or whatever, right? As long as you're human and you have skin, and it can then get into being in host body. That's really the only thing, the only deciding factor. So that's what HPV actually is, right? So when it comes to getting diagnosed with your HPV, there's different ways in which people discover that they have HPV. If you have cervical dysplasia, which I'm going to be focusing mostly on cervical dysplasia, but I will mention some of the other ones here. So for cervical dysplasia, it's usually found during that pap smear when the cells are swiped off during the exam, and then they're analyzed to see if there is HPV in there. And so what happens is they run those cells through a test. They look to see if there's any cellular changes in there. And so if there are cellular changes, or even if there aren't cellular changes, there's two tests they run to see if those cells are replicating correctly. And if the RNA, remember we were talking about that little instruction sequence, if that RNA sequence has not been interrupted, then your cells come back normal. If that sequencing has been interrupted, then they run it through a different test to see if you have any particular kind of the most harmful forms of HPV. So now when it comes to strains of HPV, there are over 200 different strains of HPV. Some will cause just cervical, like cell changes, like within the cell and the instructions on how it replicates. Others will cause those little nipple-like structures, also known as warts, to form. Now, the nipple-like, the papilloma part, right? Those are usually harmless. So they are annoying and maybe embarrassing for some people. They're pretty much harmless. It's just like the skin, it's just replicating in a different way where it's not smooth anymore. That's all it is. And so those are actually less worrisome than the ones that are actually hidden, where the cells are replicating incorrectly on the inside, and they're giving more and more instructions to replicate incorrectly. And so that's what the HPV testing will usually test for the cervix. Like they'll test for strains like 16, 18, 45. I don't remember the rest of numbers now. But those are the 16, 18, 45 are probably the three most common ones that end up leading to a cervical cancer. Now, they don't always lead into cervical cancer. So that is something that's really important to understand. So when your cells come back with a abnormal result, and your doctor's going to want to find out like what level of abnormality they're at, right? Because if there's not a lot going on, then you're going to do more like what's that called a wait and see. And so they'll be like, everything is good. Now, how they figure that out, there's two procedures that usually happen. Usually at the same time, but maybe only mainly have one of the procedures. So the first part of it is going to be a colposcopy. And basically, a colposcopy is when they are just going in to take a closer look. And mainly it's like using a microscope to get a better look at what is going on with the cells. So what we do for the cervix in particular, we said there's different versions of this for the different areas. So if you get them in your throat or if you get them in your anus, it's a slightly different procedure, but it's still going to be a colposcopy. It's going to be the first thing because we want to go take a closer look at the cells. So for the cervix, they will put a solution on the cervical cells that will change the color and the structure, not the structure, they'll change the color of the cell so that way the doctor can see if there's something going on. When cells replicate correctly, then there's no changes in the color. But when the solution is put on, it's usually an iodine kind of solution. Some people have some iodine sensitivity, so it could feel like it's burning. It's really important if you do have any kind of sensitivity to iodine that you do tell your doctor about this before you go into the colposcopy, because they will then maybe numb you to make sure that you don't feel anything, or you can talk to them about other decisions in there for you. So that's what the colposcopy is, just going in to look at it. So once the cells start to change color, they can see, like, yes, there are some cells that are changing that are not supposed to. Healthy cells don't change. So these unhealthy cells are changing. So what they will do, they will do a biopsy. And biopsy means they're going to flip out some of the cells so they can take them over into the lab and further examine them. Because obviously, just looking at it doesn't give you information. You want to be able to, the doctor will be able to go in and look at it and see what is happening within those cells. And this is when it is doing biopsy, when you find out what level of cervical dysplasia you have. So there's CIN1, which means there's a little bit of changes. CIN2 means there's more changes. There's CIN1. CIN3 means that there's a lot of changes that are going on with the cervix. And what that means is there's a lot of cells replicating incorrectly. And so around that RNA sequencing, the virus is going in and is affecting the RNA, so the cells are replicating incorrectly. They are not healthy cells that are replicating. They're unhealthy cells with the virus that are replicating because the virus is trying to procreate, right? And this is how it continues to live on. All right, so that is CIN1, CIN2, CIN3. It is important to understand that these are not cancer. These are to say that there are cellular changes within your cervix. If left and nothing changes, they can progress. And notice I said can. Statistically, cervical cancer is actually a really rare cancer, considering how many people get HPV. About 3 out of 4 people are going to get HPV in their life. That's 75% of the population. Most people will never know that they have it because your immune system is what actually gets rid of the virus. There is no, at this point in time with medicine, particularly with HPV, we have no way to get rid of the virus. In fact, we have no way to get rid of most viruses. We need our immune systems to get rid of the virus. It is the same for HPV. So, if you are younger and you've got a healthier body, right, it's going to be easier. If you are older and things are not working quite as well, it is going to be harder. And that is just the way nature works, right? So we know that babies and young children can heal very quickly. They get a scratch and it heals up in no time. And whereas like an older person can get a scratch and get an infection and it can lead to a lot more other problems. This is just the nature of life. Like there is a time limit on our body, and we don't know what each person's body is going to be, but you can support your immune system. So, with that being said, it is the immune system that clears the virus. Now, there's two things that are often recommended depending on the doctor and what the information is. The first one is to get a LEEP. And so a LEEP is basically an electric knife that is, it's electric, right? Like it's a knife that's got electricity going through. And those cells that, they'll put the solution on just like what they do for the colposcopy to be able to see which cells are replicating incorrectly or not healthy. And they will cut them out using that electrical knife. And then they will solder it so that way it will stop the bleeding. developing cancer and being alive versus, not, like, I think I said that wrong. Developing cancer and dying, or being, getting rid of the cancer, getting rid of the cells that can turn into cancer and staying alive. I think most people would agree that staying alive is a really good thing. The problem, in particular with LEEPs, is that there's no standard of care practice. So when it comes to these cells, depending on the depth of the cell into the cervix and the breadth of the expansion, so like, if you're thinking about it, these cells can expand, they can go out, or they can go in, right? So it's just the way that they're going to be replicating. If you have to go deep, the cervix is highly, highly innervated. There are 3 pairs of nerves that go to the cervix: the hypogastric, the pelvic, and the vagus nerve. They are all attached to the cervix because most of these are non-voluntary. Because if you think about it, like when a baby is born, the cervix has to open up. There's a lot of movement that has to happen within the cervix in order to allow that baby to be born. So there's a bunch of nerves that are attached to it in order to allow this process. Now, quickly, as a pleasure coach, there's a lot of nerves there, so you can actually experience orgasm as well. But I digress. So the whole point of these is to learn about that. So these nerves, and in particular the vagus nerve, are attached to different organs within your body. And the vagus nerve actually runs all the way from the back of your head down to your toes, and it is connected to all of the organs in your body that make you stay alive. The vagus nerve is responsible for setting and regulating our fear response and our stress response. So when there is something that happens that interferes or damages the vagus nerve, it can actually create anxiety and panic or depression. And that is because it's a physiological response to the trauma that was inflicted from the whatever part that was attached to the vagus nerve. So when it comes to a LEEP, because there's no standard care practice, and the nerves, when they put that solution on, the nerves are not shown. So doctors can unknowingly slice through some of the nerves that are there in the cervix. And this can cause some major, quote-unquote, psychological trauma. It's not psychological, it's all physiological. Anytime you experience anxiety or depression, there is actually something physically that is happening in your body to create that sensation of anxiety and depression. And so doctors are not trained in this. They're still not trained in how this all works together when it comes to trauma. Most doctors do not get any kind of trauma training. Maybe if they're newer and they're younger, they might have received some, but especially at a certain age where they've been doctors for a while, trauma was just not talked about. They never learned how to work with people and to prevent trauma for their patients. So a lot of people do end up having these major side effects from the LEEP, and it is not all up in their head. And unfortunately, a lot of the people that struggle clearing the HPV virus are of an older age. And so a lot of times the symptoms that people are experiencing after a LEEP are very similar to symptoms that doctors associate with old age. Now, as someone that's been working with women for years now, of many different ages, I can tell you that a lot of these symptoms of old age are actually a stress and trauma response and not actually something that just happens because you're old. Because if it just happened because you're old, then every single person would experience the same thing. Stress and trauma are a very unique thing to each individual. So one person may go get a LEEP, and have absolutely no problem with it, and also it depends on the level in which the doctor is cutting into the cervix as well. If the doctor stayed on, the cells were on the surface and you weren't very deep and the doctor stayed there, and it would feel, the body would respond in a different way than if the doctor goes in deep and cuts into some of those nerves. It is going to be a different response for everybody. So, a LEEP is safe, meaning you're not going to die from getting a LEEP. LEEP comes with just the same basic outpatient efficient operating procedures. So like there's always a chance of extra bleeding when the cauterization doesn't work. There's always a chance that there is pain and stuff. But in general, it's really safe. But it's actually a pretty intense procedure because of the innervation of the cervix. And unfortunately, doctors really overlook it. One of the other issues or problems or whatever you want to say within the medical community when it comes to the cervix, a lot of doctors learned in their textbooks from the teachers, from professionals, from other people, that the cervix is generally numb and doesn't experience pain. And that is absolutely not true. Remember, there's 3 pairs of nerves that go to the cervix. This all stems from a study done in the 50s or 60s, and it was like an interview kind of study where they were interviewing women about whether or not they experienced any sensation in their cervix. And the thing is that as women experience any kind of like pain or discomfort on their cervix starts to quote unquote shut down, and so those nerves stop sending as many signals and they become numb. It's not that they don't experience pain, it's just that there's been too much pain that the women actually feel numb in their cervix and can't experience the pleasure because there's been too much pain, right? The good news is you can wake that up, and that's what I work with women on that as well. So I do want to make sure that people really understand that this is one of the your pleasure can hugely be impacted by LEEP, and not just your pleasure when you're being intimate with your partner. Like LEEP can cause anxiety and depression in a certain subset of women, and it has to do with how much nerve damage, like how much those nerves are actually, affected during the procedure. And there's no, right now, there is no way for doctors to be able to monitor that, as I said. So it is the majority of the time the leaks are going to go down without any problem, but there is, quite a large number of women that experience some side effects. I did come across a study that showed and there's like about a few hundred women that were questioned about whether or not they experienced any kind of side effects, whether or not the doctor associated those side effects to the leak or not. It was about 1 out of 5 women. So that's, it's a 20% chance. I think it was actually 19%, about 1 out of 5 women will experience some kind of negative side effect from the leak, quote unquote psychological side effect, and that includes some form of sexual dysfunction. So, for me, where, being an orgasm and neuropleasure coach, a leak, with that woman that contacted me before, a leak was just completely out of the question. So, I also am of older age right now. I know I may look young, but I am going to be turning 50 in this couple months. So when I got the diagnosis, the doctor's like, you're not going to be able to clear it at your age because women of my age don't clear the virus easily. And it did, at least it did take a little time. Now, because I have been working with women and working on different practices, I knew that it was possible to clear my HPV. I would go into the science of it. It's about supporting your immune system in a way that's going to really do it. Now, you do need to reduce your stress. You do need to heal your trauma. You do need to work on the things that are impacting your life. Now, it is not a surprise that this happened to me. And now, at the same time that this happened to me, I also was going through a breast issue as well. And so, I kind of took it as a call to myself to be able to all right, you've got to do this work for yourself. I was helping other people do it, but I was not taking the time that was needed to do the things that I helped other people do. And so I really did go in and spend a year of really working on myself, and I supported myself physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. These are things that I do work with people, so when we're talking about this, I am talking about it because I think it's important to know whether or not you work with me is irrelevant. You will, if you really, especially if you are in older age where you have been struggling with HPV and your body is not clearing the virus, there's other stuff going on. The way our systems work together, the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, they're actually all energetic systems that are grounded in science and they have, you know, their different energy systems. So I don't remember if you learned about this in science class somewhere along the way. Like we're just going to use electrical waves as an example. If you have one wave of electricity coming from this direction, one wave of electricity coming from this direction, and they meet, they will collide, and then the message, you know, the information will not go through the way it's supposed to go through. So our bodies have different energy systems, right? Because that energy, you don't want it to be colliding, right? Because then there's going to be a whole bunch of confusion. So there is the physical structures that work within a certain kind of energy, and then there is the emotional part of the body, like your emotions are actually stored within your body that work with a different kind of energy structure. There is your mind, which is within your nervous system, which works with a different kind of energy structure, and then there's also the spiritual part of it, which is a different kind of energy structure. So we say four, there's actually so many different kinds of energies, but in general, we work with these four. The other three are like kinetic and mechanical, so there's not as many issues with it. The nuclear, so and the nuclear is only happens because of the issues of the emotional. But I digress. Anyways, so it is about working and clearing the pathways within these energy structures within your body. Um, you can do it. So like there you will have to work on your emotions, getting in a deep embodiment practice, learning how to connect to the body sensations that are coming up and learning how to clear and move that energy through your body. You will have to work as a physical, like you're going to have to support yourself physically, like the whole, you know, um, like using the elements, earth, air, water, and fire, like you need earth nutrition, and whether you get that through eating your healthy foods, which is really hard to do, and it's really hard to do. My mom has two boys, and my life is really chaotic. So food, as well as we eat, we do not eat perfectly every single day. So I do supplement in order to make sure that I'm getting the proper amount, the proper earth on it, right? Air. You need to make sure that you are breathing and your environment is good and like less toxic and all those things, because if you don't have good healthy air, it's going to impact your health. You need water. You need to have good water. Like water is essential. It is, you know, the life exists on this planet for basically two reasons: the energy of the sun and water. Every single cell in your body, so every single one of those cervical cells that you are trying to heal, needs enough water. Even without the virus, it needs enough water to replicate correctly. As soon as you do not have enough water, you're going to make it even harder for your cells to replicate correctly. So now you have the virus and all these things. So water is like a huge component of supporting yourself physically. And then those earth, air, water, and then fire, which is the sun. You need to get sun. You absolutely, it's an important component. Light is it's your brain is all about managing the energetic resources of the sun and other energetic resources in your body. And it's essential that you get these together, and that actually leads me to also sleep. Like sleep is a huge component of this too. When you get those five together, that's how you support yourself physically. Um, in a few moments when I'm going to go over into, I mean, I'm like over time, but in a few moments I'm going to really break down the different like ways to support yourself physically. This is a little, so I think this is going to go through everything from like my 2-year journey, why things work, why things don't work, why you use certain things, when to support certain things based on your body, like based on the biology and the neurobiology of your body. I will go through and explain like why certain supplements work for certain people and when, because there's so much information about why, like taking this and taking that and doing this and doing that, and they do all serve their purpose, but it can be really confusing and overwhelming, and so that's one of the reasons why I want to go specifically and go deep into this. And if you want to join me, you can come join me over in the Zoom group. The link is here on the video. Alright, so the way you clear the HPV naturally is by supporting yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Like, you have to do all four parts of that. Well, that's not true. You don't always have to do all four parts of that, but depending on where your energy is blocked, depending on what your life is like, if you have a very high stress life or you know that you've had a lot of trauma in your life that you have not worked through, it is impacting your ability to heal. Like, this is biology. Like, it's the way your bodies work. They're designed that way. So you do have to support yourself on all of those, however you want to do that. So, like, as I said, physically, the elements, emotionally, is the embodiment, mentally, you've got to get in there and do some of that mindset work, whether it's meditation, working with a coach, working with a therapist, however you do it, you've got to go in there. It's an energy system, and when you are having thoughts that affect that energy system, like it affects that energy system. Like it's science. It's kind of, it's not woo, it's actually science, right? So you need to go in there and do the mindset work. And as I said, the spiritual component has to do with another type of energy that is really beyond the scope of explaining this, because that explaining that energy system actually takes like a really long time to explain it from, because most people don't have the foundation in the science, so I have to go a little bit deeper into that science. So do those, and then you will clear the HPV, because your immune system is completely capable of healing your body, whatever it is, whether it would be the cervical dysplasia or the breast issues or whatever issues. Just like you get a cut, your skin knows how to heal, like your body knows how to heal. It is actually your body's natural state to be in homeostasis, where everything is in balance and working correctly, and it is always constantly trying to get you to that point. So if you're experiencing a bunch of anxiety and depression or ADHD, which I was diagnosed with ADHD, a whole bunch of different things show up in your life, that is your body trying to show you what you need to heal in order to get into homeostasis. So that's the way it works. So yeah, so that's what I was saying, like how do you heal your body naturally? That is, it's those 5 elements. So that is kind of the breakdown of HPV, cervical dysplasia, and the LEEP. I do have a list in here. I have an article that really breaks down the CIN1, CIN2, CIN3. A little bit, you can see a picture of like the instrument they use to do a biopsy, and a little bit more about that procedure. I also have another article that I wrote about how to start working on healing your cervix. So I'll put those in the links, here or in the comments. And yeah, that is that. I hope you gained some knowledge and some wisdom, and hopefully this helped you answer some questions. And I will be talking to everybody over